Hey, what's going on everyone? This is NearFear here, and today we've got another driver interview with the host of the series, JStallin 195, as we go to visit him here at his residence across from the construction site here on the suburban edge of Los Santos, as I almost get hit by a Crown Victorian. Now, let's try and figure out where this entrance is. That's definitely not his entrance, that's the garage. So let's go ahead and ring this doorbell and get this interview going.
It will say, on his, okay.
And what's going on, JStallin?
Not a lot.
Oh, you got The Redeemer, that's my favorite movie. All D. Napoli. Best action act star.
FearNear for the awesome job.
All time. All time. Anyway, how's it going? Pretty wonderful house that you got here. Nice and neat. Got a pretty big bookshelf behind us.
Yeah. Today I can't level trophies. I wish you could do that.
Yeah, I wish you could put trophies up here. That would be a pretty nice feature to have in GTA. Have like a trophy room or like a trophy case.
Yeah.
Just for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so how's it going so far, JStallin? Are you on top of the world yet?
No, am I? I don't even know where I'm at. Or I think I'm at second.
We will get to that
that.
in just one moment, but we're going to first get through the icebreaker question, which is, do you prefer oversteer or understeer?
I prefer oversteer. Because I can always counter it by letting off throttle. And just turning the wheel back.
Nice, nice. So,
Yeah.
yeah. You are currently leading the championship by like 22 points right now. Actually.
Oh my gosh.
Like if you go and look at the standing, you were the series leader by 22 points with Rockstar Man right behind you. How does it feel?
Feels pretty good, actually. But a lot of it, I think, is because I'm the only one who's actually ended up making every single race. So, I mean, everyone's put up a really good show. There's always been a good battle every single race. So, if we can keep the attendance up, it actually could be a really, really good season. I'm kind of worried about what's going to happen in the bonus round after this race. Because that's where everyone's going to get points except for me. And the score is definitely going to change there real quick.
And how do you feel the competition is so far? Like, who do you think stands out in the crowd of non-believers? Kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, I've had a really good battle so far with you, NearFear. The second race, it was with Ho Harris. He actually won that one, and that was quite an amazing win. And then the third race has been me and Tesla, so it's been different every single race, and kind of waiting to have all of you guys in one race together. So it'd be a really big, really big battle for the lead then. It'd be quite interesting if you end up winning it.
Alright, alright. And what is your opinion on wet weather driving, and how do you combat the difficulties that tend to come in these cars when the tires start to get wet and everyone starts to lose grip?
I personally love rain driving because it adds just an extra challenge. It's more exciting, it's easy, harder to keep control of the car, a lot easier to crash. Just slightest bit of over throttle can cause you to completely ruin your race. The car under rain feels, actually my car feels really good under rain. I've learned how to deal with it really well over the season. So, it's gone pretty well for me. I don't think we'll be losing a lot of time based on competitors.
Alright, alright. Kind of agree with you there. I like to think of the rain as a great equalizer. all the cars instantly
Mhm.
become quite similar performance in rain.
Mm-hmm.
How would you best describe your driving style? And how has it helped you so far this season?
I would say very safe is my driving style, but when I need to put the foot down, I can put the foot down. I always put safety first. I try to give everyone as much room as I can. Sometimes I do give them a little too much, and they end up pulling away from me. But I always seem to come back not too long after that.
So, are you the type to kind of let it hang out on the exits and kind of give it the all in the braking zone and brake as late as possible? Or are you more of kind of trying to keep it clean and precise and just managing all of the weight transfer that you do get?
A little of both. I do try to play safe every time. If I'm alone, I'll be safe about it. Or, I mean, if I'm alone, I'll try to brake as hard as I can in the corners, try to get a good lap time. But if I got someone around me, I'm just a little more cautious. I try to adjust my braking points, so I don't need to worry about hitting people. I'm more focused on not hitting the guy next to me than I am actually trying to get a good lap time or make a pass or anything.
Yeah, as they say, safe is fast.
Yeah.
Safe is fast.
Just wait for my opportunity.
Alright, how do you think slipstream will affect some of the cars in the lower speed corners, particularly in rain, and some of the mid-speed corners?
In the tight corners or high speed corners? I didn't hear that.
A little bit of both.
Personally, I feel like tight corners, the slipstream won't be as much of a factor, because usually you're braking before, like you're braking during the slipstream hitting, so it kind of negates the slipstream effect. If we're going out of the corner and slipstream kicks in, it can make quite a difference. I'd say that actually we kind of go for both turns. It depends on whether you're talking about entering a corner or exiting. Exiting, it can make a big factor.
Exiting, for the most part, is what I was trying to get a little bit. Because it seems, from what I understand, many drivers aren't having much problems with the entry.
Oh.
Well, except for two,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, sometimes it'll cause it throttle on entry, but if you're already under braking, it doesn't seem to do anything. On exit, it can be a potential issue, but I noticed you keep tapping your brakes, it gets rid of the problem, so you kind of sacrifice your exit a little bit, but you'll end up getting them on the straightaway anyway if you're in the slipstream lane. So you can still get your opportunity to catch them.
So it's kind of just to help negate the oncoming, I'd like to call it nitro power, because that's particularly how the slipstream tends to act in GTA, but the oncoming nitro power that you get while in the slipstream.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep.
That's good to know. So how do you feel about the fourth round of the season, and what do you think it's going to take to win this final round? Well, not final round, but...
Well, I feel like I'm gonna have to do a lot more practice. I haven't gotten nearly as much practice on this one as I have the other one. It's just been kind of worried about other things, but yeah, I have a feeling I'm not gonna do as good in this one. It's kind of concerning me. I have a feeling I'm gonna fall back in points here, but hopefully without this weekend, I can get some really good practice in, and maybe I'll have a shot at it. But we'll have to see how the week pans out.
Alright. And, how do you go about putting together your stints in a race? Because there is a new pit stop rule. You have to make at least 3 stops. How do you go about putting those together in terms of times and making sure you don't end up wrecking the car?
Well, feasibly, I try to make my pit stops at, since there's 3 pit stops per race, I try to divide the race up into fourths and I try to make my pit stops at like 25% to 50% and 75% of the race.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't always happen because of accidents, or maybe it might be best to take it under a yellow flag, in which case I have to make some changes, and then I gotta do math in my head, figure out where I want to make my next pit stop. But ideally, when I enter every race, I try to make them at every 25% of race completion intervals.
Nice. Okay. How should... I know this is some of the first, this is the first series where some drivers have encountered lap traffic and going through traffic at different phases in the race. Any tips you have for any of the newer drivers showing up who've probably never been in a race that has lap traffic?
I would say just make sure that you let the guy know that you're there, that you're going to be making wherever you're going to be making a move, what side you're going to be going around, if you can. Just give him any information you can is really the only way that can help out. Sometimes, I mean, there's incidents of lag that can cause things to happen that you don't expect, but usually just try to give them as much information as you can, and they should let you by. That's the rule, so they should be letting you by.
We should be like Sebastian Vettel, literally just sing blue flag, blue flag, blue flag.
Yeah, I suppose we could do that.
That was fun. Alright. How do you feel about your car's current performance, and how do you think it's given you an edge in some of the races that we have had so far?
My car feels like it's a lot lighter than some of the others I have driven. So I kind of try to use that to my advantage as much as I can. I feel like I can get through the corners a little better. I think I have more traction than most of the other competitors. Except for the exception of Tesla. He's got just a little more on me. But yeah, it feels a lot lighter than the Sabre, so I love the way it just feels so stable in a lot of the corners. Once you get this groove in the car, you're able to hit everything perfectly, and you just know that this car will stay in control in every corner. So that's kind of where I feel like my advantage is.
Alright. We're going to close this up with the final question. Do you have any tips for any brand new drivers coming into the series?
Try to attend as many races as you can. If you're new to this, it can be difficult to learn, but the best way you can improve is keep coming and just keep coming. The more races you do, the better you're gonna get. I'm more than willing to help coach people. So if you can keep coming, if you take it seriously, work on your lines, lots of practice is definitely the only way you're gonna get better.
Alright. Well, it's good to hear from you, Stalin. We don't get to see much of you sometimes because you're always busy. But
yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for having this interview with me.
Yeah, thank you.